what is going on with these corporations like City Bike and taking away parking spaces in these communities? I mean, y'all are giving too much leeway to bikers. I mean, I know you want them to have terrain, but I mean, they're just cutting the parking spaces all over. No one has no place to go. They have to pay for parking, which is getting out of close to rent now.
We were,
Rents.
I don't know if you want to answer this, but I will say that during the pandemic, I think there was a sizable increase in people buying cars. So, while I think, some people like to blame it on, bikes, there's, especially in this district, significantly less space for bikes than there are in many different parts of Brooklyn. And maybe the lack of parking could be related to the fact that during the pandemic, there was a sizable increase in people buying cars.
It goes both
30%.
ways.
So there's a 30% increase in people buying cars in New York City during the pandemic. And parking didn't change during the pandemic. So, now 2 years in, it makes sense that, parking is harder to find than it was before.
No, there's gonna be, but like I said, removing parking spaces is definitely not the answer. I don't know if all the municipal parking spaces have been taken and closed. I know a lot of them have. So what's going on with those parking spaces? I mean, I don't know if the one in Canarsie is still there, but, a lot of the old municipal parking is all gone as well.
Well,
So,
the one thing that I would say to you, sir, I understand, I'm a driver myself, so I understand exactly what you're saying. As we move forward, what we're trying to
Can we
do.
pass Leroy a mic? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Thank you.
y'all can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, I'll stand up. Y'all can hear me now, no?
There we
What
go.
the Department of Transportation is trying to do, along with the city as well, the city council and the mayor, is we're trying to have our streets where they're shared. And let's be real, all these years, cars were number one in our streets. And what's happening is more and more individuals are using other modes of transportation to get around the city. That was definitely evident during the pandemic. When no one was driving, most people were not driving. Most people were either walking, riding a bike, taking a scooter. We have Uber now, we have car share. We have to find a balance between utilizing our streets for everyone, not just cars. Now, we're not trying to give the streets over to bikers. That's not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is make it where they can share it with cars. But not only bikes. We're talking about car share programs. We're talking about e-bike programs. We're talking about scooter programs. So there's a number of different programs out there that will help in sharing. Unfortunately, for drivers, that means we have to give up some of our space because, as we all know, the one thing that's not going to increase is land.
yeah.
It's the same amount of land that was here 20 years ago is here today. That's not increasing. So in order to share the road, we're going to have to take away some parking in order for that to happen. Also, pedestrians would like to be outside more often. That was evident during the pandemic. We had a number of people going outside, wanting to be social distance, but wanting to be on the outside. So what we have to do is create ped spaces where people in the city can enjoy the spaces. And unfortunately, what that means for drivers like us is we're going to have to give up some of our spaces that we've normally had for these things to occur.
Yeah, well, as far as, I'm talking about as far as municipal parking. Because now, more people are living together. More people, as they're doing construction and making an old studio or a one-bedroom apartment into a four-bedroom apartment, that's more people in the same space. This land that a lot of this city has, why can't we make those municipal parking areas? Like where Sears and Roebuck closed up. I don't know if it could have been negotiated there to make that area.
That's not a bad idea to try to utilize that.
No, I think we should.
Okay.
You gotta make people pay, because people that are building these properties don't live in New York. I guarantee you, 90% of them don't. But they're building building. Like when I lived on Union, right by the Armory off of Bedford, you had to stop the construction, and the only way it was stopped because of the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens. But us as citizens don't have that type of weight to stop them because of something like nature. So while they're building up higher and higher, just, you know, we gotta, get municipal parking for people that live here. You know, I'm not, you know, cause it's too much crowded for me, so I got rid of my truck and I'm just not doing it no more.
Understandable. Great suggestion, and I'll definitely bring that back.
All right, then, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.